Our downstairs does feature a lot more than just furniture, which was stated earlier. It's a modern miscellaneous mix of antiques, collectibles, vintage furniture, and as you can see, it's an area we're still growing in. We got a lot of vendors that are still setting up, a lot more vendors that are still moving in. Down here in our lower level, it is a walkout basement level with a receiving dock or 5 steps up in. You'll also see that we have crafters down here, as well as some of the modern and antiques. Buyers can also back up to our receiving dock and load up any furniture or large items that they see downstairs, so you do not have to carry them upstairs when we have a convenient loading dock that you can back right into and get your items out of. This vendor has a booth upstairs as well as downstairs. This is more of their modern or miscellaneous collection of items that they have. To the side of the steps here, we have the Toy Ladies booth. She was one of our first vendors to sign up downstairs here. Of vintage and modern toys. One of our newest vendors that just signed up down here. Vintage women's clothing. And as you can see, there's still room downstairs here for other vendors to move in. We have a book vendor down here as well. More modern and miscellaneous antiques. As you can see, there's a lot more than just furniture down here. It's an assortment of vendors, just like the rest of our floors here. You see more modern and vintage and miscellaneous toys. You'll see Barbies, Precious Moments, a lot of other assortment of modern miscellaneous toys in this vendor's booth. As well as she just signed up for a second booth, so she'll be bringing more of her treasures in here. We also do have some higher end children's clothes. Here we have another vendor that just signed up that'll be bringing their treasures downstairs here to our lower level. When you leave the carpeting room, we have another hallway here. Once again, you'll see that there's more than furniture. You'll see vintage signs, lots of nice frames that our vendor brought in here along with home decor. Vendor 1422 got a double booth down here. Right in our corner that separates our 2 different levels that we have downstairs. And if you go up our level here, you'll be back to our receiving dock where we do have back and pick up for larger items or a man door that buyers can pick up their furniture or other large items without having to carry it upstairs. There's actually more antiques and vintage items down here than furniture at this time. You'll see a lot of nice home decor pieces, lots of framed art, glassware and china. All three of these vendors came in at the same time. They set up their own walls, brought in some nice vintage furniture, along with a lot of other home decor, glassware, and accessory pieces that you could use. So make sure when you stop out to Wally's Treasures, you go through all 3 or 4 levels, as we do have 2 levels upstairs and 2 levels downstairs, however you want to view it, because there's lots of antiques, treasures, vintage, modern, and miscellaneous items downstairs that you'll miss out on. So make sure you walk through the whole building, get your exercise in, and visit all of our vendors. We're up to 123 vendors and looking at growing more each day. The building can hold about 160 vendors total.